Or shall I call you by your Hebrew name, Cantor Pilpel? What has you so pepped up?
Well, Rabbi Salt, or should I call you Rabbi Malach, which is the Hebrew name for salt. Purim is a peppy holiday, not a salty holiday.
Cantor Pilpel, I'm as kosher salt as they come. I'm the salt of the earth. Without me, you couldn't have a salt bagel. Without me, you couldn't have salt water at Pesach. Without me, you couldn't float on the top of the water at the Dead Sea. Without me, you couldn't have salt on the rim of your margarita. Without me, you'd be sliding all over the ice in winter. And without me, you couldn't have salt on your hamantashen.
Salt on hamantashen? That sounds disgusting, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Rabbi Malach, have you lost your mind? No one puts salt on hamantashen. I'm taking everything you say today with a grain of salt.
As well you should. On Purim, you should take everything with a grain of salt. Everything gets turned upside down.
But we're not here to put salt on hamantashen, Rabbi Malach.
We're not? Then why are we here, Cantor Pilpel?
We're here to celebrate Purim! We're here to hear the story of how Esther saved the Jewish people. We're here to read the Megillah. We're here to cheer for Esther and to... Boo! For Haman. We're here to send Mishloach Manot to our friends. We're here to give charity to the poor and to eat hot dogs.
Do you put salt or pepper on your hot dog, Cantor Pilpel?
Well, actually, I'm a vegetarian, Rabbi.
I knew there was something about you that made me want to sneeze, Cantor Pilpel. The sooner we read the Megillah, the sooner we can eat those hot dogs with salt.
Well, I prefer tofu dogs with pepper. Then let's turn to page 1 and get this Megillah show on the road.
In a place you may have heard about, in Shushan as you know, an evil man named Haman said, the Jews have got to go. Now Esther was the Jewish queen, and she knew not where to turn, till Mordecai, her cousin, said, there is something you must learn. Oh, Esther, you can change the world. You can make the world complete. Take the pride you feel inside and never accept defeat. There's an evil plot against us now, a list of cruel demands, and Esther, only you can help. Our fate is in your hands. She said, cousin, do you really think that a difference I can make? A Jewish girl before a king, it could be a big mistake. No, Esther, you can change the world. You can make the world complete. Take the pride you feel inside and never accept defeat. So Esther went before the king, and though she was afraid, she stood up proud and spoke out loud, and the people all were saved. So now we read the Megillah at Purim time each year, and learn how God can give us strength to overcome our fear. Remember, you can change the world. You can make the world complete. Take year when Purim comes, we look forward to the costumes, the songs, and the hamantaschen.
But the best part of Purim is the story.
Once there was a king, and his name was Ahasuerus.
Ahasuerus was the king.
And there was a very bad man who wanted to do evil deeds, and the name of this man was?
Haman was a wicked man.
But there was a brave and wise man who saw how wicked Haman was. This good man was Mordecai the Jew.
Mordecai was wise and brave.
Mordecai told his cousin, the beautiful Queen Esther, about Haman's plot against the Jews. Although it meant risking her life, Esther told the king.
Esther was the beautiful queen who saved her people.
Esther knew that the penalty for approaching the king uninvited was death. Yet for her people, she went uninvited into the king's inner court to tell him of Haman's plot. How frightened she must have felt.
God, help us when we are afraid. Give us the courage and strength to work for a better world.
What would we do without brave men and women like Mordecai and Esther?
God, we often feel small and powerless and are afraid to undertake tasks that look big. Make us understand that with your help, we can do more than we think we can. If we cannot do big deeds of bravery,
Let us do small ones. Page 3, Al HaNisim, a song for the miracles of Purim.
Al HaNisim
Ve'al HaPurkan, Ve'al HaGvurot, Ve'al HaTshuvot, Ve'al HaMilchamot, She'asita la'avoteinu, Bayamim ha'hem b'zman hazeh.
Al HaNisim Ve'al HaPurkan, Ve'al HaGvurot, Ve'al HaTshuvot, Ve'al HaMilchamot, She'asita la'avoteinu, Bayamim ha'hem b'zman hazeh. Al HaNisim
Ve'al HaPurkan, Ve'al HaGvurot,
Ve'al HaTshuvot, Ve'al HaMilchamot,
She'asita la'avoteinu, Bayamim ha'hem b'zman hazeh.
Al HaNisim Ve'al HaPurkan, Ve'al HaGvurot, Ve'al HaTshuvot, Ve'al HaMilchamot, She'asita la'avoteinu, Bayamim ha'hem b'zman hazeh. Bayamim ha'hem b'zman hazeh. Bayamim ha'hem b'zman hazeh.
Now, before the next thing, let's see if everybody knows what we're here and what we're doing. Do we call this a Haggadah? Uh-oh. Do we call this a Torah? What do we call this? You heard me say that a little louder. Megillah. So it looks a little like a Torah, but how come it's different? So it only has one page, I guess, like this. It has only one roller, right? The scroll part, there's only one. In the Torah, there are two. Right? Okay. And the story inside the Megillah is not inside the Torah. What's the story inside the Megillah? What? The story of Purim. So we are going to, Cantor and I, read and chant the story of Purim today, but we need a little help from everybody out there. So what's the help we need? What's your part? When you hear the name Esther, so could somebody demonstrate this perhaps? How about that row of confirmation and post-confirmation students? Would you all stand up and demonstrate? You go, girl. I say Esther. I don't care what you do. Usually, don't you do something with your hands?
I'll go first. Okay, ready?
Right.
Ready.
Okay. Esther. Okay. And when we say the name Mordecai, yay, we yell hooray, and you can clap your hands and you can whistle, right? Because you're supposed supposed to say Baruch Mordechai, blessed is Mordechai, because you're supposed to say Arur Haman, which is boo, you curse Haman. So when you hear Haman's name, what do? You might stomp your feet to drown out his name, you might yell boo, and we have something that we do this with to make noise to drown out, what are those called? Groggers. So we have groggers, which, and I see we have one being demonstrated here, which we'll pass out now, but we're going to do one trial to make sure you know how to use a grogger. And then you have to wait till the right moment. Oh, they're up here. You didn't want them practicing with the grogger too soon, right? So as Mr. Hirsch is passing out the groggers, and he said he hid the groggers up here on the pulpit, I want to tell you about something else that is hidden in the Megillah. In the Megillah, there is no mention, not yet, wait till I tell you. In the Megillah, there is somebody who gets mentioned a lot in the Torah, but who never gets mentioned in the Megillah.